Dragons are real. And if you clicked on this video, that is not by accident. There is no such thing as mere coincidence, my friend. You clicked on this video, whether you were conscious of it or not, because the dragons led you to click on this video. The dragons are around you and they are trying to communicate with you. So whether you are an experienced dragon mage or you are completely new to this concept and maybe more than a little freaked out having heard me say that dragons are real, stick with me. I encourage you to watch to the end of the video either way, because it is my intention, it is the dragon's intention that this video isn't just words, it's not just information, it's an activation. It's meant to activate you at a very multidimensional soul level that your mind is not going to be able to make sense of. And what it's going to do for each person specifically will depend on the person. It's going to be unique to you. However, the core energy of this activation is to deepen your connection with the dragons and the dragon realm. But first, for those of you who may not know me, my name is Hannah, and I empower you to empower yourself. As simple as that. And so today, it is my intention to assist you in doing so by offering this activation to you, deepening your connection with the dragons, because the dragons, they are masters of empowerment and sovereignty. They are masters of these frequencies, and they can transmit that frequency to you. Like literally, you can simply just receive that frequency from them if you so choose. Maybe you don't choose to, that's okay. But if you're here, I suspect there's something here for you. So first off, let's just unpack what exactly are dragons. How do they exist? Let's start there. How can dragons even exist? Well, I would invite you, if you're still someone who is kind of skeptical, on the fence about it, maybe a complete non-believer, I want you to ask yourself, why is it that in so many different mythologies around the world, even though these cultures were not interacting with each other, why do they all have the same concept of dragons? And why is it that these dragons, they're always kind of similar? They're very recognizable across cultures. Even if they have differences across cultures, it's always very, very recognizable. Isn't it a little more insane to think that all these different cultures could have this very same concept if it didn't exist? Like, to me, that is absolutely insane. The more I sit with it, the more I unpack it, I'm like, how was I ever duped into believing that dragons didn't exist? This is absolutely silly. When you really pick it apart, like, it's so silly to think that they wouldn't exist. Literally, the entire Chinese culture, they worship them. Dragons are part of the Chinese zodiac, one of the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac. Why would they just include an animal that doesn't actually exist? That doesn't make any sense now, does it? So I just invite you to start poking, question the voice. That's how you slowly unravel the lies that we've been told. Now, the truth is that dragons exist, and they've always existed, and they've definitely existed a lot longer than we as humans have, if we look at this on the level of like a linear timeline, of course. Their energy precedes humanity. Their energy precedes and predates the universe and the galaxies. It's so old. We can't even begin to wrap our minds around it if we're trying to come at it from here. So again, this is why I say this is an activation right now, heart-to-heart activation, soul-to-soul activation. It's not going to make sense to your mind. In fact, it might really agitate your mind. Your mind's going to get really frustrated, really angry, quite possibly, really confused, really overwhelmed, because it cannot make sense of this. And that's okay. You're being asked to just surrender that control. Trust what your heart says to be true. Trust the resonance, my friend. Follow the resonance. It will guide you to the truth. So dragons they've always existed. But the reason that we don't experience them in physical reality right now, it's very intentional. It's because they're such ancient beings, they don't just exist in the third dimension, in the fourth dimension, like we as humans currently do. Currently, we're undergoing the ascension process, right? And we're learning to shift our vibration that composes us, the matter, the cells that compose us. We're learning to lift that into a higher frequency, increase the frequency, increase the vibration of it. And this is literally science. It's backed up by science now. This is not woo-woo anymore. It is fully scientific. There is proof now that matter as we know it, it's just congealed energy. Energy vibrates at frequencies, different frequencies. When it vibrates really slow, it becomes physical, tangible, seemingly, right? But it's all an illusion. It's an elaborate illusion, right? As matter, as our cells, as energy vibrates faster and faster and faster, it starts to lose that tangibility. It starts to lose that physicality. And the reference I always think of for this, very specific, for some reason, I'm always given this same analogy. It's like the wings of a hummingbird. A hummingbird's wings beat so quickly that it almost seems like they're not moving at all, right? It's like you can't even perceive the individual wing beats because it's so freaking fast. This is what happens to our energy as we raise our vibrational frequency. So keeping that in mind, this is where dragons exist now. They don't typically exist in the third dimension or even really the fourth dimension so much, which is more physical, but it's not fully physical like the 3D. They tend to exist in the fifth dimension and higher. They can exist sometimes in the fourth dimension, certainly, and they can even technically exist in the third dimension, but they try to stay away. It's very intentional. They don't like to manifest in the third dimension anymore because we chase them out of it. We basically chase them out of it, long story short. And again, you can see a thread. You can see the thread of truth literally in our fiction, a recurring motif here, which is, I'm thinking of Game of Thrones, for example. And I think this also happens in How to Train Your Dragon at some point. It's like that same trope in so many fictional worlds with dragons, where dragons existed once, but they went extinct, right? They went extinct because humans hunted them. The reason this is a recurring motif in fantasy, in fiction, is because it's true. It's based in truth in any case. So dragons, because they're very advanced beings, far more advanced than humans, far more advanced than many alien star being civilizations even, they have a sort of magic. So when we descended at the fall of Atlantis from the higher dimensions, the fifth dimension and above, down to the third dimension, we kind of lost that magic. We lost that awareness of these higher dimensions, and we became very simple. To put it bluntly, we basically put ourselves in this cage where we're like, oh, it's not real if I can't see it with my eyes. I can't perceive it physically. It doesn't exist. And we put ourselves in this cage. And dragons at that time, there was an adjustment period where they still were coexisting with us to a degree in the lower dimensions, but we started to hunt them for their magic because we're like, oh, you have something that I want, that I no longer have. I don't feel that I have in any case. I want that. I'm going to hunt the dragon. I'm going to take it from them. And so this is if this feels really, again, fantastical to you, this same energy plays out in the modern day in so many different ways. And the most common way that you'll see it, the most obvious that's so talked about now, is the empath narcissist dynamic. The empath tends to vibrate at a higher frequency, radiates this positive energy generally. And the narcissist wants to take that because they've forgotten that they have that same power. They feel they need to be a vampire and to take it from others. That's exactly the sort of relationship that humanity had with dragons at the fall of Atlantis. Okay? So, long story short, they're like, nope, we're noping out. We don't want to deal with this. They lifted their frequency to the higher realms, and that's where they have stayed, and that's where they exist now. But the exciting news, friends, the reason I'm making this video is we are undergoing ascension. We are moving into the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and even higher. We're quickly ascending into these higher dimensions. And as such, they are choosing to come down a bit to meet us as sort of diplomats in a way, as ambassadors for these higher dimensions. And they are so excited. Actually, they're so excited to welcome us back. They're like, oh, finally, you're removing yourselves from that cage that you put yourselves in that was so unpleasant for all parties involved. Yay! And they're celebrating us. They're so happy for us. And so they want to guide us through this process of ascension, which they know can often be very, very challenging. And so that leads us to the message for today is they want to support you as guides and know that there are way more dragons than people. So if you have a dragon appear to you, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm not worthy. Oh my gosh, like you could choose me. You could go somewhere else. No, there's plenty of dragons to go around. In fact, as you start this work, probably you're going to be a beacon. You're going to put a signal out. You're going to attract many, many dragons, and they're all going to want to work with you. So you're being asked now to just receive this support, friend, to receive this support. Know that it is all around you. It is always all around you. You are not alone. And the dragons just really want to radiate that frequency of unconditional love to you right now. You were never alone. You have always been held. And now it's time to open your eyes and to see that and to claim that once more. So we've reached a crucial turning point in humanity's ascension process, friends. It is the beginning of 2026 as of filming this, and this is a very crucial turning point for humanity. So the message here, the urgent message that the dragons want all of us to know, regardless of where you're at on your journey with spirituality, on your journey with dragons, real dragons. They want you to remember that you are the creator here. You are the creator of your own reality. So know that when you choose to believe and you choose to put yourself in that cage where you're like, okay, the physical reality, all that I can see physically, that's all that exists, that becomes your reality because you're creating it. But if you choose to believe in magic, if you choose to believe in miracles, if you choose to believe in dragons and fairies and elves and angels and all the fun stuff, then it gets to be so. And so this is an urgent call from the Dragon Collective, from all the elementals really, to reclaim that knowing. Stop gaslighting them, please. They're like, please stop gaslighting our existence. We're here. We're here. We've been here all along. When you're choosing not to believe in these things, really you're just gaslighting yourself. Again, it's that narcissistic, empathic relationship, right? The empath is there like, hey, I'm loving you. Have you ever been in some sort of narcissistic relationship? Probably you have. I'm just getting this hit really strongly. I want to ground it for you. Probably you have. Have you been in a situation where you're just like, you're loving the narcissist, you're trying to help the narcissist, but somehow they receive that and they can't receive it as you send it in. They can't receive it as love. They twist it and they spew it back to you as hate and as gaslighting, and they turn it around on you, right? And then you start questioning your own reality. This has been playing out in humanity, in the 3D, because we're still doing this to ourselves. And so the dragons, they're extending a friendly claw, if you will, now. And they're like, Are you ready to come into the light now? Are you ready to step out of that cage? Isn't it a little dark? Isn't it a little cramped, a little uncomfortable in that cage? Join us. Take our claws, take our hands. Join us in this higher frequency. We're so ready for you. They want you to just come out now, to believe and know that you're the only one that can do that. You're the only one that can decide to take their hand, to take their claw, to leave the cage. They can't force you, and they won't force you, because they're all loving beings. They're not going to force you. No one's going to force you to do this. You have to choose this for yourself. You get to choose this for yourself now. Are you going to choose to come out of this cage of delusion, masquerading as sanity? You are in a cage of insanity that's actually masquerading as sanity, do you see? So everything that we've been taught, it's topsy-turvy. Everything that's been thought to be insane is actually sane. And that which is thought of as sane is very, very insane, isn't it? And I know you're not hearing me from here, right? You feel it in your heart. You feel this transmission. You know it to be true on some level. Otherwise, you still wouldn't be here with me, listening to this video, receiving this transmission, right? So now's the time, friend, to just consciously choose to release the doubts, the fears. Choose to release those thoughts. I'm crazy. I'm delusional. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. Let it go now. Let it go. This is an invitation from the dragons. They are real, and you are real. And your creator energy is real too. And it's time to really test that unlike ever before. It's really time to experience that unlike you ever have before. So if you're with me, if you're with the dragons here on this, I want you to literally say it out loud, type it in the comments, know that these are different ways of wiring this in and really making it tangible, making it real, taking it from the realm of imagination and making it physical, making it real. And I want you to just choose now. If you choose, you don't have to choose. If you choose it, choose to release doubt now. And you can literally say, I choose to release doubt, fear, and resistance now. Just feel the release. Sending some healing dragon's fire in to help wire in these higher energies that now want to come in. Because what's happening here, friend, is all that doubt, that fear, that resistance, it's been taking up space. It's been taking up residence in your energy. There hasn't been space for all these blessings that are all around you that want to come in. And this isn't just about the dragons. This is about your abundance, okay? If you've been living in lack in some capacity, in love, in friendships, in your health, in your finances, in work, if you've been feeling in this lack frequency, know that that's because there's not space in your energy to see the abundance that's there always. That is your birthright. You've been keeping it full, your energy filled with all this noise, and it's time to release it. So let's say another one together. I really want you to summon your dragon's fire, your resolve, your courage here. Let's say it. Let's roar it together aloud. I choose to release any and all noise and distraction now. And it is so, my friends. You feel it. Woo! I got a whoosh of that energy. Woo! That feels good. That feels really, really good. I choose to release any and all noise and distractions now. Boom. It is so. It is done. And there's one final mantra they want us to work with. And this, they say, this is what's going to allow you to start receiving evidence for your mind. As I like to call it, it's an ego lollipop. The ego is a child, really. It's just a child, and it's a child. It's throwing a temper tantrum right now. And sometimes what can help a child having a temper tantrum, just give them a lollipop to suck on, right? This is why they give them away at doctor's offices for children, right? So we're going to give your ego a little lollipop every time it's objecting to the existence of dragons, to the existence of magic, to your own power, to your own abundance, to your interconnectedness with life. Let's give it an ego lollipop, okay? This ego lollipop, often it can be questions, again, just poking it with questions. But we're gonna wire it in with another mantra. So let's do this now. And I want you to place your hand on your heart for this one. And let's say it together out loud with intention, with focus. I choose to allow magic into my lived experience now. It is so. I choose to allow magic into my lived experience now. I choose to allow magic into my lived experience now. Feel it, friends. Feel how it's already coming into your lived experience. My goal, my intention with this video is not to convince you from up here that dragons exist, that you're powerful, that you're abundant. It's to help you experience it. And so I hope that these mantras, these activations have helped you even to get just a little taste, a little glimpse of what's possible. And know that it is just a glimpse, just a taste, just an appetizer. There's so much more. You are capable of so much more than you realize. And step by step, by conscious step, you're gonna unfold new layers of magic in your reality from this point moving forward. And the dragons they understand it's hard to fully leave the cage when the noise is so loud, the distractions are so loud, the matrix is fighting so hard right now. And so they don't ask you to just all at once believe now. It doesn't work that way. 3D doesn't work that way. How it does work is step by step by step. And so what you're being asked to do is every time doubt screams in your ear, you just put your hand on your heart again and you say, I choose to allow magic into my lived experience now. And you move on, and it's that simple. And step by step by step, you're going to start seeing evidence of this magic in your life now. You're going to see how you are magical. You are a dragon mage. You are a sorcerer. You are magical. You're going to see that. And your mind will start to believe it more and more until one day you look back and there's not a single doubt in your field anymore. And your life is a fairy tale. How exciting is that? So let me know in the comments if this is resonating. I'm always curious if you feel the energy, if you felt the shift, what your beliefs are on dragons, all this stuff. Let's create a dialogue. Let's create a sense of community, a safe space to connect here, because that's so important right now. That like-minded, like-souled individuals connect with each other at a higher frequency. And if you're really picking up what I'm putting down here, then I have some invitations to go deeper with you. So this month, January, again, as of filming this, it's January, and I'm offering special one-to-one realignment sessions for you to help you remove any remaining blockages in your energy, to heal at a multi-dimensional level, to help you open to more abundance, more love in your life, to really focus, to set the tone for the year. And so I'm offering both psychic readings and quantum healing sessions, and I'll leave links to those in the description. And then the biggie, the big ask right now, and this is only for a limited amount of people, maybe 2 or 3 people I have space for right now. This is my one-to-one mentorship experience called The Path of the Dragon Mage. And this is a very, very unique, very, very powerful, very, very transformational experience. And so this is for people that, you're already working with dragons, or you could be totally new to the dragons, but you're just feeling it. As I talk about it, you're like, yes, this, you feel the resonance. It's for the type of people that when you hear about this, you just know, yes, this is for me. You feel it, you feel an expansiveness. It feels good. Now you're being asked to act, to take the scary leap of faith, to act on that feeling. And so you're invited to apply for this mentorship. And this is a 12-week container where we work with different dragon elementals. And we remove all the blockages and we literally initiate you. It's an initiation. Just like Reiki has all these attunements, right? Like Reiki level 1, Reiki master, etc., etc. This is an attunement specifically to working with dragon energies. And so this is for people that are really experienced with dragons and wanting to go deeper with that, who are ready for an initiation. It could also be, I'm sensing this round, for people that are totally new, but are ready and are committed, are ready to see that dragons actually exist and are ready to get experiential proof of that. This is for you. So you know who you are. The link will be in the description for you to apply to. I'm really looking forward to connecting with all of y'all in this more intimate container. Oh, and final thing, they want you to know about this as well. So another option for people that is a little lower priced, if these other options are not feeling like a match, is my private community, literally called the House of the Spirit Dragon. And this month, as of filming, we're working with the golden solar dragons, and we're going to work on cultivating some divine masculine energy with the golden solar dragons. But we have over like 150 hours of material in the archives of the house as of filming this. And many, many times we work with the dragons. So there's so much to be discovered about the dragons there. So if you are wanting to get started on working with the dragons, but you're lost and you're like, well, how do I even do this? I don't even know where to start. That's where you start, my friends. Check out the House of the Spirit Dragon. We would love to have you there. And then also they're saying, okay, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of options they want me to place on this, this spiritual growth buffet for you today. I have a free quiz that I forgot about. It's a free quiz that will literally match you with a dragon elemental guide. And so I will also leave that in the description below. And that's, also a really good place to start. And you will then receive some emails that will kind of walk you through how you can kickstart this connection with that guide. So there you go. There's basically an abundance of options of support available if you're feeling called to go deeper with this path. And like I said, I'll leave it to you. You know who you are. But if you've stayed until now, you know, the dragons are calling you, friend, and the dragons are calling you to be a dragon mage, to be a leader, to be an ambassador for them and a leader of the light. This is not a coincidence that you clicked on this video and that you stayed until the end. It's because you're a match to their frequency, and they want you to know, their final message is they want you to know that you are so fucking powerful. And they want me to use the F-bomb, okay, to emphasize the point. It's not just thrown out there lightly, to emphasize this point. You are so fucking powerful. That's another mantra you can work with. For those that are really badass, the badasses out there, I am so fucking powerful, because you are. And it's time that you claim that and you show yourself just how powerful you are. This is the year. This is the year it all shifts, my friend. This is your time. Do you feel it? Let me know in the comments. Either way, the dragons and I are sending you so much love, so much abundance, so much joy moving forward into 2026 and onward. Can you feel it? You are so loved. You are so supported. You are so capable. This is your time. Stay powerful.